Welcome to my premium sound training video course, a package I've put together just for you, for sound engineers, for worship leaders, for guys in the band, in fact for anybody that's involved on the media team or do anything technically in a church Sunday by Sunday. Those grinding things that get you, sound is a mission, and I'm here to help you. Sound has always been a problem in churches. It has always been, it probably will always be. But here's the real problem. Most of the time, the guys that are working in the back there are volunteers. It might be the guy at the local cell phone shop or some electronic engineer, and he gets roped in to do the sound. And he's all of a sudden the sound guy. The band guys have just arrived. You can see them setting up keyboards and drums and microphones, bass guitars. We're going to have a good time. We're going to go through the frequencies. We're going to do a proper, serious, full sound check with these guys, and hopefully training you guys on how to do this and how to get a better understanding of how to do good sound engineering.
There are two main types of enclosures, sealed and vented. The sealed or acoustic suspension enclosure has a fixed volume of air that is sealed inside. The vented or ported enclosure contains a vent where air moves in and out. The benefit of the acoustic suspension enclosure is that low frequencies tend to be tighter and more defined. The drawback is that the enclosures are generally much larger. The vented enclosure is typically smaller, but the low frequencies are more difficult to control. Most commercial loudspeakers have ported enclosures. Signal path is the route an audio signal travels from the input to the output of a system. Learning how to trace and control this path is critical to understanding the operation of any audio system. Fax processors are those devices whose purpose is to artistically alter the audio signal. They are usually placed on independent channels or small groups of channels and not in the main signal path. Reverb units are the most common effects processors.
You can go for something more modern that's line 6 or something like that that gets controlled by different pedals, and it's a bit of a different kind of sound altogether. Acoustic sound, so someone's singing into a microphone. So when this would happen, someone would sing into this microphone. There's acoustic energy going into this microphone onto the diaphragm. From that diaphragm, that acoustic energy gets converted into electrical energy. So when you want to get this mixing console for your church, also consider where you're going to be in a year or 2 or 3 from now. At that point, would it be nice to have 24 channels, even though right now you only need 6? So try get a mixing console that's got enough channels to handle a little bit of growth in the future, else you're going to keep on replacing. The condenser microphone that we spoke about a little earlier, we've put on the hi-hats over there. You typically use a condenser on anything that's more metallic, because it's a lot more brittle, it's got a lot more high dynamic range. Also, two condenser microphones on the overheads. We don't even need to lift the fader here right now, we need to get the gain portion going correctly. So if you look at the gain here, I've selected this channel and we need to lift the gain so we can try get the level going up a little bit. You can see it going up there. So once your phase reverse is in place, once again we put a bit of a compressor on there, open the compressor, and we start setting the threshold on the bottom snare. And we can do a roll off on the bottom end on this one. That's a bit much. All right, okay, great. Okay, that gives us a very good idea. Kit. Okay, that's great. That's sounding quite nice out there. Wonderful. And then we'll do a very, very easy compressor on it, because there's a lot of softer notes. So you don't want to compress too hard. You compress maybe 3.1. Let's see if we can set the threshold to the place where it starts kicking in. If the guitarist is strumming, and that's the idea, you can set a compressor, but the compressor needs to kick in and pull out a whole lot quicker. If he's doing picking, your release time is a lot slower and your decay time is a lot slower. So if generally when you communicate with a band, if I ask Ruan, your idea is you're going to be strumming most of the time, am I correct? Okay, so I need to do is the compression needs to kick in quite quickly. So let's put a compressor in there before we've even done EQ on it. Let's set the compressor. I'm going to go on 8th notes now.
To him we sit song, heaven's mercy sees.
Okay, now Ruan hasn't got a problem with too much sibilance, but I'll also roll off at about 2.5.
Clothed in rainbows of living color, flashes of lightning, rolls of thunder, filled with wonder, awestruck wonder, at the mention of your name, filled with wonder,